Hello everyone, greetings from Turkey. We are at the Youth Tales YouTube live sessions as part of the SSE program. My name is Can Remzi again and I'm working as the communication officer of UNICEF Turkey Country Office. And tonight I'm here with two young people, Aya, Youth Tales participant from Turkey, and Diana from Romania. They will have a discussion on the Youth Tales experience and I will shortly leave the floor to them. But before, let me introduce you very briefly to the SSE program and its Youth Tales initiative. SSE, the Support for School Enrollment program, enables the children in Turkey to access formal and non-formal education programs. And this program is a partnership between UNICEF, the Ministry of National Education, and Turkish NGO Assam, and was made possible thanks to the financial support of the European Union. And as part of the SSE program, we have implemented Youth Tales initiative, and 44 Turkish and Syrian children together have been trained on video making skills in 3 cities in Turkey, and they together created 25 short documentary films to share their dreams, their aspirations, and voice their opportunities and the challenges that they face. Now let's watch the short film on the program and then kick off the discussion with our young guests.
İsmim Ayşe Koçak. Pir Reis Ortaokulu'nda özel eğitim öğretmeni olarak görev yapıyorum. Yaptığım işi seviyorum. Çocukları da seviyorum. Engelli bir...
Çevre kirliliği bence gün geçtikçe daha çok artıyor. İnsanlar daha az bilinçleniyor. Bir de bu pandemi döneminde.
Sanayi devrimiyle birlikte aslında yaşadığımız dünyadaki işte su, hava, çevre epey kirlendi. Son zamanlarda da bu çok bir noktada diyebiliyorum. Hatta işte yeni bir kitlesel yok oluş da bekleniyor gibi şeyler görüyorum haberlerde.
Her sokak başına birer tane geri dönüşüm kutuları olmalı. Hem bu şekilde doğamızı korumuş oluruz hem de tasarruf etmiş oluruz.
التوعية بالنسبة لموضوع أضرار البلاستيك كثير مهم، وخاصة لأمهات البيوت، لأنه البلاستيك تعتبر مادة سامة، يعني ما بتنحل لا بالتربة ولا بالمي ولا بالهواء، وبتضل جزيئاتها لمئات السنين، فالضرر والخطورة هاي بتجي من هاي النقطة.
Dünyayı ve doğayı korumak için plastikler yerine daha uzun süre kullanışlı şeyler kullanabiliriz. Yani mesela kumaşlı poşet mesela kullanabiliriz. Bir kişi diyor ki işte ben kullandım attım ne fayda eder işte ne olur buna, ama milyonlarca milyarlarca ton oluyor. Eğer dünya böyle giderse bu gidişle bu plastikler hayatımızda çok büyük bir yer alacak.
Biz nasıl bir gelecek hayal ediyoruz? Hem çocuklarımız için hem torunlarımız için temiz, yeşil bir doğa.
Bu kadar betonun olmadığı, aynı zamanda bu kadar çirkin betonun olmadığı, daha yeşil yani isterim.
Ben nasıl bir gelecek hayal ediyorum? Temiz, her ormanlık alanlarımız bol ağaçlarla dolu, temiz bir dünya bırakmak isteriz.
Aya, we have watched your wonderful film, so we will have a discussion about it. But I would like to first ask you your experience with Youth Tales initiative. So please tell us, what did you learn from this initiative and how was your experience?
First of all, Youth Tales has been a great experience for me. I am so much delighted to have taken part in this initiative. I'm so lucky to have taken part in this initiative. I had the chance to come together with a group of friends under the same roof. I learned how to make observations and exchange opinions and speak with them. And thanks to the interviews that I have made, I started to believe in my skills, believe in my talents, and I collared my friends and my teachers in my film. This was a great experience for me, I can say. I have to admit, I feel so much lucky. I have to repeat this part, I believe, because I liked shooting the movie itself, shooting the film. I'm so much happy that I shot this film. I will believe in my skills from now on, and thank you very much for giving me this belief.
Thank you, Aya. And I would like to turn to Diana. Diana, what did you think about the film?
Well, firstly, I believe that I have to congratulate Aya, as it was a great initiative. And as I was saying, this initiative was wonderful, as such projects don't only raise awareness on the problems that they predict, but they also, on top of that, give confidence to the children. They make us realize that we also have power. Not only the adults have it, but we also have it. It gives us such a strength that it helps us believe that our voices are actually heard, and it turns the quote that children are the future into reality. So I believe that having so many children speak on different topics related to issues that our world is facing gives us such a power and such a strength and such confidence that couldn't be achieved in any other way, and I believe that it has a really great impact. So again, I have to congratulate you, Aya, for your great initiative.
Thank you, Diana. And I would like to ask, have you ever been part of in such projects? Or if not, what do you think? What these kind of programs bring to youth?
Sadly, no. I was never a part of such projects, but as I was saying, I believe that it gives us power. It makes us feel like we should be confident that we actually can make a change, that we can all come together and make the world a better place. And I believe that such initiatives are wonderful, not only to build confidence, but to also raise awareness and to also make the ones around us feel safe, to make everyone feel empowered, to make everyone believe that they're not just a kid, that they are somebody, they are a person who has the power to make a change, that has the power to not only make a step toward a better future, but make the ones around them make more steps alongside them towards a better future for people in general.
Thank you, Diana. And I know that Aya did the video, produced this video for this reason as well. But I would like to ask her, Aya, you chose climate change and environment, but why?
I chose this topic for a reason, specific reason, because, you know, I wondered whether I could shoot a movie about plastics, because plastics had huge impact on our lives, because, you know, plastics would accumulate on the planet and they would create and do even greater damage to the lives of the people and to the planet in general in the future, because people may think that plastic is something small, it cannot do big damage to the lives, but it can really create big damage to the people's lives in the future. So I wanted to raise awareness among the people about the harmful impacts of plastics, and I wanted to turn their faces to the use of glass bottles for the sake of the planet in the future. You know, plastic is not only damaging our lives, it is also damaging the lives of the natural resources, the lives of the animals, the planet itself. It is so sad. It is so sad that plastics are damaging the whole lives, the entirety of the lives. It may be the smallest amount of plastics, but it'll stay on Earth and it'll do the biggest damage in the future. This is why it is time for the people to start carry carrying glass bottles instead of plastics. Thank you.
Aya, not only you focused on a very hard subject, but also you have produced this film during the pandemic, during the lockdown. So what were the advantages and also the challenges producing such a film during COVID-19 times?
It was challenging to shoot the film during COVID-19 lockdown. People were afraid of, interacting with other people because of the pandemic, because of the virus. I said to myself, I wish I could shoot the film before the pandemic. But I had to do it during the pandemic, but still it was a very nice experience making this documentary during the pandemic. It was challenging. It came with its challenges and difficulties. But, talking to the people about this topic, about this theme was so much important for me. And it was so much enjoyable. Me, myself, I really was into taking pictures and videos. And actually making a film, directing a film was so much important for me. So much important for me. And plus, during the pandemic, people were afraid of taking part in an interview or something, but I could do it, putting on the mask, social distancing. I made my interviews. Thank you.
Thank you, Aya. And I would like to turn to Diana to ask her experience during lockdown. What was the challenge and the opportunity, Diana, for your life?
Well, honestly, I love being around people. I love meeting new people. I simply love spending time with other people. So, not being able to spend as much time as I was doing before the pandemic, not being able to be surrounded by the people I love, not being able even to go to school as we were all used to, like to be around 20, 30 people, to have a teacher in front of us, to be taught different things about various subjects, to tell us our opinions in person, to simply to be surrounded by people, simply to not feel, not necessarily harmed, but maybe endangered. I missed the feeling, and I still miss it because our lives are not back to normal completely. The thing that I miss the most is definitely human interaction and just going out with my friends and meeting new people without being afraid of catching COVID or spreading it. I think that that's the hardest part, and that will probably be the hardest part for me, not being surrounded by the people I love, not being surrounded by people who I love spending time with.
Thank you, Diana, and we are lucky to have you now in this discussion. So you are also part of the Youth Tales initiative. But let's talk about an imaginary scenario, and let's say if you were with us since the beginning, and if you would produce a film, what would be your topic? What would you choose as a subject?
Honestly, I'm passionate about talking about climate change. So again, congratulating Aya on her short clip. I would choose the same topic. I'd also talk about climate change, as I believe that even though it's a topic that it's being discussed for years and years, I believe that not enough people actually take action. I believe that a lot of us just leave the climate crisis at the state of words, not making actual steps, not doing the least effort, the minimum effort to actually make a change. Therefore, I would actually definitely do a project on climate change like Aya did, with interviews, and maybe I would also add teachers who have to tell their opinions on climate change, as a lot of children see teachers as role models. And on top of that, I believe that I would add also maybe more solutions or suggestions, even, because nobody makes you actually do something unless you don't want to. So I believe that one thing I would add would be, let's think about water. Water is also being polluted. We are running out of clean water. We are running out of water that we can drink. So therefore, think about it this way. Let's say this morning I forgot to turn off the water, or I just simply was too lazy to do it. What if Aya did the same? What if my mother did the same? What if Aya's mother did the same? What if our friends did the same? That's billions of liters of water just simply going to waste, just because we're too lazy or just because we're forgetful. that's definitely not a good thing because we are definitely in a climate crisis. On top of that, one other subject I would like to topic would be maybe as Aya did, as I suggested earlier, bringing instead of buying plastic bottles when you go out, just bring your own reusable water bottle. Because in this way, you're also saving the planet and also saving money. And as we're talking about money, we've seen such an impact on the fashion industry with the fast fashion, because simply a lot of things or a lot of pieces of clothing are simply just going en vogue because people believe they are cool or people see them as beautiful, but that's only for a short time because definitely another things are going to be en vogue again. Therefore, I think that fast fashion is a subject that we also should tackle. And on top of that, maybe as I've noticed, at least among my friends or among the people that go at my school, books are not borrowed from the library anymore. They're bought or simply not bought at all if they don't read. So I believe that a thing that we could also do is maybe going back to libraries and actually using them, because if you think about it, buying books that you're not gonna read or buying books that you have access to in other ways means you're simply wasting paper, and paper is directly related to trees because paper is made from trees. So in this way we are harming the planet again. So I believe that maybe we could also suggest, instead of buying a new book anytime you feel like it, maybe doing your best to borrow it or just buy it from an antique shop or use a Kindle or such things. And again, I would like to congratulate Aya on her project.
Thank you, Diana. And I think producing this film was a way to raise these issues and point out these issues. But I would like to ask you, what a film can do in your opinion? Yes, you wanted to raise an awareness, but what else?
And as I was making the movie, making the film, I thought to change the opinions of the people. I had this in mind. I thought that people would see my documentary and they would change their opinions and they would change their behaviors. Maybe they would start using using glass bottles instead of plastic bottles. So they would change their behaviors. This was something in my mind. This was a dream for me from the beginning, actually. I wanted to change the way people were behaving. And this documentary helped me change the negative behaviors of the people, hopefully. And I don't know how to put it, but you know, people, they have this thing inside and they want to transfer it to the audience. And this is what I had. I had something inside of me and I wanted to transfer it to the people. I had this message inside and I wanted to transfer it to the audience, and I could do it through making films. And hopefully people will see my film, see my documentary, and hopefully they will start changing their opinions and they will start changing their negative behaviors. Even if a few people can do it, it will be important, because this plastic, it is really harming us. Thank you.
Thank you, Aya. And you produced this film together with other young from different nationalities. So what was that experience? How was it?
Well, it was a great experience, I have to admit. Working with friends of different nationalities was great, and our teachers, they were so much helpful as well. And it was at a time of the pandemic, you know. This is why I feel lucky. I felt lucky because the pandemic also taught me a lot. Filmmaking taught me a lot. And pandemic showed me, and the filmmaking showed me how to express my opinions. And once again, let me state that I made friends with people from different nationalities thanks to this initiative, and also got great teachers. I feel so much lucky to have those teachers and friends from different nationalities.
Thank you, Aya, and also being mindful of the time because we are coming to the end of this live session. That's why I would like to leave the floor to Aya and ask if you have any questions for Diana.
Yes, I have. If you were to write a book one day, what kind of a book you would write? Thank you. That was a question.
Thank you, Aya, for your question. Well, I never actually thought about it, but as you asked it now, honestly, I believe that I'll keep this question really close to my heart from now on, at least. I believe that I'd write a realistic one, but also with maybe some magic aspects. And I believe that one thing I'd definitely use would be the technique of stream of consciousness, as I believe that it makes us actually realize that the characters are not simply, let's say, paper people, like simply creatures that are written, but they are also people who can be a part of your life. They can be really similar to people you meet, to people you are really close with. And I believe that it also makes us realize that authors and not only have real and raw emotions as well. And in this way, it gives us a really open way of noticing the way the author or simply the people who read it, because it also has a lot of impact on them, see different topics and their opinions and just how they live their day-to-day life.
And Diana, do you have any questions for Aya?
Aya, I would love to hear your opinion on how it felt for you as a kid to direct such a film, because you didn't only have to coordinate a lot of people who were around your age or even younger, but also adults. How did that make you feel? How did it change you? And how was your bond with them?
It was a huge experience for me, getting to know new people, discussing things with new people, and I had fun. I had really fun. And I had this dream of making films since the age of 14. I had this dream of, making movies of anything, because I was always into taking pictures of the nature, of animals, of anything that I liked. This is why I was so much delighted to take part in this project in the first place. But it was the lockdown, and this is why it was not so easy to go out simply and make interviews with the people. But during the actual shooting, during the montage, I had fun, a lot of fun. And I was doing the montage. I took pride in my job. I was so much careful designing it, montaging it properly, and I had the greatest fun. I liked the accomplishment that I created, and I'd like to thank Diana once again for your question. And thank you very much for your remarks and remarks as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aya. Thank you, Diana. And also special thanks to our other participants and for watching us tonight. And tomorrow, same time, we'll have the last live session of Youth Tales. But you can always go on UNICEF Turkey social media accounts and watch the other lives and see our content. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
Recording stopped.